Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are back with more Unreal World today, continuing our Pacifist challenge with John the Farmer. He is our main character, of course. We're back at our little camp by the river. We've got some beautiful rapids here. In fact, let's zoom out just a little bit. Check out what we've got going on. There is a nice big field just over here, surrounded by a fence. And obviously that fence is there to try and keep any little critters out and try and eat our plants. Most of this is hemp that we've planted, but it's really for trading purposes. We can do some stuff with hemp seeds in terms of like recipes and eating, but I don't know if there's much hemp, like grown hemp, we can eat. Either way, it will be nice to get that for trading, like I say, but we've also got some turnips planted. There's barleys here too, and this is more or less just the first season. You know, we're starting off, this little patch is all hemp too, so we can always get access to more harvestable crops if we jump out to the world map and head to a neighboring village, as I've mentioned. As long as we don't pick plants directly from like the courtyard area and we just go out to some of the fields, they won't be upset with us at all. But right now, guys, we are focused on a lot of fishing, waiting for our plants to grow, and I'm trying to craft as much trade goods as I can, trying to figure out what we can use, you know, to trade. Minus food, of course, minus, I should say, meat or skins, because we don't have access to those since we're doing the Pacifist challenge. There is no killing or hunting of any kind, but regardless, we are going to stay alive, certainly, hopefully. And like I say, I'm going to try out a few more things. We got a little dollhouse here that I constructed. I might make a couple more of those. We'll do some mugs. We'll do some other trade goods. And once we get enough stuff assembled, we'll probably make a little run to the villages nearby. But like I said, we're just kind of killing time while the growing season goes on. So get comfortable, guys. Grab yourselves a beverage, and let's get into today's episode. Okay, well, as you can see at my feet right now, I have two inferior wooden dollhouses. That's right, I made a second one. Fortunately, it came out inferior as well. I think I need a better knife, but I also have 3 bowls and a lipo. Now, the lipo I already made earlier, and I tried to trade it away, but we're willing to take it. We just didn't have enough to complete the trade. So basically, I'm starting a pile of stuff right here for trading purposes. But I've also been doing some pretty good active fishing. Someone in the comments recommended that I use smaller fish once I catch some. So I'm using like the hemp bait that I make with my hemp seeds to catch like roaches or burbot, and then we use those to catch the larger ones. And that's actually turned out pretty well with my fishing rod with the iron hook on it now. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. We can actually, let's test it again. So I've got the net in the still waters. It wasn't doing too good over here by the rocks. Just nothing's in it. So we're going to test more of those still waters. Let's have a little bite to eat here, because it's getting late, but I'm thinking about doing a little exploring. Now, I'll take my trade goods, so if we come across some new villages, I can maybe pick up a sheep or something, but I need to craft a little bit more stuff. And one thing I'm noticing, too, is that we need, for a lot of these cool recipes, we need metal. You know, I need nails or certain bindings or whatever made of iron, so I want to go out and explore some of the surrounding geography and see if we can't find somewhere to dig up some ore, essentially, because we can start blacksmithing with it. It's just you got to find particular little spots. If we could find a mountain, that would be really great, but we'll worry about that later. Like I said, I need to build up a little bit more trade goods. So let's do some fishing, and also if we're going to go exploring, we need food. So let's try some active fishing with our rod. And I'm not going to use a pike for bait here. We're not trying to catch a whale or anything. So let's start with the hemp baits. Nope, nothing in that spot. Let's try somewhere else. Okay, we're over here by the rocks. Nope, didn't catch anything that time. Just trying different spots. Ooh, what about up here in this little nook? Let's try this one. Ah, nothing there. How about the still waters? Sometimes I do have better luck in these calm, deep waters over here. And I am relatively new to fishing. I mean, obviously I have fished in previous series, but not that much. Typically I do a lot of hunting. Nope, nothing over here. Well, that was the last of the hemp bait. So what I'm going to do is just park it. Again, we'll get back to some more crafting while I wait for that net maybe to get lucky, but take a little drink here. We've got some food left. I still haven't even cooked this pike up, so in terms of just kind of chilling out and sustaining ourselves, we'll be okay. Oh, and you know what? Someone asked me to show off our skills, because I kind of blow through this page whenever I'm doing crafting. So a commenter said to kind of just pause on the screen, see how much we've progressed since starting. I think fishing probably is the best that we've done. In case you're new or unfamiliar, you can kind of see, especially on fishing the most prominently, that lighter section of the bar, that shows what we've accumulated, how much better we've gotten since actually starting the game. So the dark part is where we began in character creation on day one, and all the light parts after that is what we've done since playing. So you can see there are tiny little slivers on some of these other ones too, like herb lore is pretty good. Timbercraft is substantial too. I think that's how we make those doll houses. Stealth is pretty typical, and once you get into winter and you make some skis, you'll see your skiing go up pretty quickly too. But regardless, just thought I'd show that off for you guys. Okay, well, as you can see, I'm now carrying 181 pounds of stuff. I think that's the heaviest this character has been. And no, that's not his body weight. In fact, most of that is the gear that we're wearing, but it's not clothing, trust me. He's still only got the boots and the pants on. Now, I've been thinking about it too, the leather boots, since he is wearing leather, we're going to have to get our hands on some leather somehow. And ultimately, we might have to use these boots. I'm not saying it's impossible to find pieces of leather to trade like in villages, but I rarely see that, if ever. And maybe it's just because I'm not going to the right culture. If we go to like the seal tribe culture or whatever, the islanders or whatever they're called, they might have seal skin, which is leather type, you know. So I don't know, but ultimately I might just have to go over to like fur boots and use, or I don't know if there's even like linen boots. I don't think that's a thing, but man, oh man. Anyway, that's just a secondary thing. We're talking about trade goods here. So we've got our 8 fine paddles. Those are going with me. And a couple people have commented too that so there was a patch a little while back which made it so you can't basically spam one thing, like the dozens and dozens of fox traps, for instance, or paddles, you know, at a village. They'll only take a certain amount of one particular item, because I think people used to do that a lot with like boards or traps or whatever. But regardless, I've got a little bit more variety. We've got, I've been making some furniture, so I've got wooden stools. Those are both inferior. I've got a wooden bench. These are pretty hefty items too. I've also got a second fine wood bench, so I have no idea if the people will even want this stuff, but we're going to take it with us. I'm going to drag all of this across the world map as we explore, but it's kind of a twofold trip. We're not only looking for new places to explore and trade, which are going to be fairly easy to find. We just go to the colors and we'll locate some villages, but I'm also going to go northward because I want to find some mountains. Not too far north, just more north than we are. Hey, who's that over there across the river? Hello, sir. Why don't you come join us on our trip? Now we're going to move. We're going to start moving now. I don't have a ton of food with me, or do I have even? Yeah, I've got a little bit. So we got the salmon, 5 pounds of roasted pike, 2-pound burbot. I mean, it's not bad. I also brought some hemp seeds here to trade. As you'll notice, though, these hemp seeds are in a bowl. That's one of the bowls I made myself, and I poured them into that. So I still have a bunch of hemp seeds back at the place. Oh, look at that. Did you see the swan? He popped out of view there. There he is. That's a swan. Oh, you see a swan-shaped figure in the distance. Well, it's either a swan or it's the Lord of Swans in swan form. Ooh, check this out. So I found some of the Noades mushroom, which is the psychedelic mushroom here in the UnReal world. I zoomed into this location looking to see if we could spot the swan. Of course, there is no actual Lord of the Swans. I was just joking, but I wish there was. Let's step in the water a little bit. Yeah, we're cool. See, that didn't drop us down to like bitterly cold or anything, so it's warm enough for us to kind of wait around and not have to worry about freezing to death. Oh, it's a little too deep there. I don't want my character to swim. Although he's not terrible at it, he's adequate. Look, we've leveled up our stealth and our climbing recently. That probably happened when I was climbing my fence, my trap fence back home. But, well, swim a little bit. I'm always scared to swim because you can drown easily. Alright, I don't want to mess around. I don't know why I'm even doing that, but I'm looking for swans. That's what it is. I didn't spot any, but alright, we'll just go back to the world map, continue to travel. I'm just wasting time goofing around looking for stuff, but looking for fun animals. Not that we were going to hunt them, certainly not. No. I just wanted to admire the beauty of the majestic swan. Look at that. Well, we're in a new spot here. It's not a village, but I found a nice little cluster of mountains all here by each other. So, yes, very good, very good. Now, there are a couple of different ways to obtain ore. That's why I wanted to find the mountains. But in my limited experience with this mod, this is one of the easier places. So, if we hit Shift M to open up our crafting, let's go down to M again, mining and iron. Now you can see Scoop Lake ore, that's one. That one's a bit, you do actually need like nets and stuff for that, and you might need a boat, I can't remember, but this is the one we're going to try. Then there's also Cliff Bog ore. This one I've never been successfully able to do, to find like a proper location, but this one, just test it. You need to be zoomed out. We are. Okay, in a mire, by a mountain. More immersive, do not on frozen ground. Wait a second. Has this been changed? Maybe it was cliff ore. Zoomed out, in a mire, by a cliff. Okay, so we might be at the wrong type of location. I might have to keep searching for different mountains. Dang it. There's another one down here. I don't know. I'll try until I find a successful spot. Well, John has been searching the overworld, looking. Found more mountainous areas, but nothing that meets the criteria, so I gotta keep looking. It's been a while since I used this mod to actually start from the ground up with just plain old ore and smelt it and all that stuff, but it is a good time. It's a process, and there's a lot of stuff you gotta do first, but the good news is we found a nice little settlement out here, so we're gonna put our search for ore on hold. And John's extremely tired, so we'll take a little nap, have a snack, and then we'll see what these folks have to trade. For this trade, you can't see it here, but it's in the inventory now. We've got a broad knife, which I'm hoping will replace the rough knife that I've been using. I don't think it's ideal, but anyway, the most important thing is the unpaid net. Now, I have no idea if this guy's going to want to accept my wooden bowls or my lipo, but I've got a bunch of stuff, or the benches that we've got too. Do I have more stuff? I've got it all selected as far as I can tell. Yeah, the dollhouses too, the wooden stools, all for just these two items. So let's see what he says here. Come on, buddy, take that. Hold on a second. Space done. There we go. Alright. That crude birch bark bandage, not quality. Don't need that many paddles. Dang it. Hemp seeds, those aren't needed. That stool is unworthy. However, the rest of what you accepted, only a start for yourself. Yeah, damn it. I didn't think it would be enough. But at least we got a general idea of what he wants and doesn't want. You can see what's left here is what he doesn't want. I can't believe he wouldn't even take a paddle. Oh, he did. He took one paddle. Okay. If you do them individually, he'll take them. I still don't think this is good enough. Oh, well, that's a bit of a cheat. Oh, no, now he's saying he doesn't want more. Well, again, it's still good to experiment, so I don't know about this. It's going to be probably a no-go here. Unfortunately, they don't have any sheep either, just dogs at this location. I'm really got my heart set on a sheep at the moment, so I'm just going to drop the net and the knife for now. But like I said, it's a good idea to get a feel for what we've got and what people are going to want to trade. Well, unfortunately, John is malnourished right now. I could change that because I brought my fishing pole with me, but I'm desperately still searching for a place to find ore. I can't. But either way, I stumbled into some reindeer and almost exited right away, but then I remembered, hey, wait, I'm supposed to collect something very special from these guys. So there it is. Fresh forest reindeer droppings. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay, we're going to scoop those up for John's garden. And yeah, I was thinking, boy, if I find a nice little sweet mountain home, maybe we'll set up shop there. You can start a garden at that location. We can craft, but I just can't find anything. It's crazy. And I think I know what I should be looking for. I just can't find a mountain that's next to a mire. That's what the thing describes. So John's actually been subsisting a little bit on... Oh, is this ready to eat? Or harvest? No, a few months, dang it. I've been subsisting on milkweed and bear pipe here. At the last of my bear pipes, though, unfortunately. But I don't think we can eat the seeds. Nope, can't crunch on seeds. I'm still trying to identify these. Done this hundreds of times, no luck. But that's okay. We're working on things. We're exploring. Let's see. We're really not that far from our home. This is us down here. The blue X's are my camps. There we go. So that's where we're stationed, where we left. Our crops are growing. So I'm just over here trying to come to somewhere where there's a lot of mire so that maybe I can stumble across a mountain that's like adjacent to one of these open things. But I haven't given up hope yet. John is cold, weary, and yes, he is starving for the very first time in this run. But as you can see, we have come all the way back to camp. I didn't want to set up a new shelter somewhere unless I found that one coveted mountain that has ore on it, but I didn't. I tell you, I think in my previous series when I messed around with this, I must have been very lucky to find one, very quickly, or maybe just in the right region of the world. Let's pull out and just check where I traveled. So I got all the way over here to the Koivula. As you can see, I discovered a couple little mountains. Actually, that's a cave right there. But there's mountains all in this area, just none that had ore. And I checked, not just visually, like I actually tried to perform the operation of going through and collecting ore. Just no go. So maybe next time I'll follow the river north, go up towards this direction, because there's always mountains northward, and if we were to go all the way up to, for instance, the Owl Tribe lands up here, yeah, there's going to be just huge swaths of mountains and stuff, but I don't really want to go that far. I want to stay within a good distance of this place, relatively close. But either way, let's go check on our net. I have not looked for... I don't even remember where I placed it now. Hold on, let's zoom out. Oh, it's over here in the calm waters, right in the edge. Yeah, I wasn't having much luck with the rapids at that time. Oh, all the fish in the net appear to be dead and spoiled. Dang it. Oh, that means there were fish there, but I didn't get them. Damn it. Well, that's okay. We can do some active fishing and stuff, but he just needs to sit down. I don't think I left any food behind or anything. Well, okay. Not a big deal. Let's throw this. We can survive for many weeks with no food. Oh, it's not deep enough there? Really? I just want to throw this somewhere relatively good here. Okay, we'll put it in amongst those rocks. Let's head to shore and take a rest. Hey, I was just coming back from a really good fishing trip, actually, out there on the river. Look at this. We've got an elk. Mr. Elk with the big antlers has shown up and visited us. He was like right over here near my field when I pulled up next to the shelter and spotted him. Oh yeah, there's his tracks right there. I'm standing on him. I wonder if he's got any droppings nearby. I'll scoop those up. I haven't used the reindeer ones. They're still in my pocket. But let's see. If we chase him a little bit, obviously we're not going to hurt him. But if we just spook him, sometimes that does the trick. Look at him running in circles. Where you going, buddy? Would you leave something over there? I don't see him pooping anything. So, wait, did he poop behind the tree here? No. Alright, he might be eating those berries down there. Then again, he better not be eating my crops. Let's just take a quick look at the fields. That one's all good. Yeah, we still got months to go, but time will fly by. Yep, the hemp over here is looking really nice, and of course our big field still protected. Now the elk can't get through this fence. Smaller animals probably can, but that elk is pretty well off limits there. But the big news, like I said, is the fish I caught. Check this out. I went to a real far part of the rapids, like on the other side of the banks, essentially, of the river, and I was hitting real well. I've got 2 salmon. Yeah, one of them's stale now, too, so I should probably get that one roasted up. I'm eating a roasted trout, so that was like an 8-pound fish. I've got another 2 trouts right here. So we got 2 salmon, 2 trouts. I am trying to get some saved up so we can go buy a sheep, because when we were heading home from that exploration looking for the mountain, I stopped off at this village. Yeah, this is the one that has the sheep there. You can see I got a bunch of stuff marked, but sheep ram is right up there at the front. So, and I almost had enough with the junk basically that I've been carrying around, the doll houses and stuff. So if I can just get a couple of big juicy fish too, I think we can get ourselves brand new sheep, and that'll help a lot because we can milk it, we can start to shear the wool. So yeah, that's going to be a big purchase, guys, and I'm determined to do it. So let me cook up that stale fish, and then I think we're going to get on the road again real quick. Well, bad news, bad news. I tried to trade those fish plus everything I'd been carrying, and I still don't quite have enough for a sheep. So I've got to go catch more fish, but when I was here, someone offered me a quest. They directed me towards Unto here, the old Remy man, and I found him. So he says, I must say that I'm partially responsible for this misfortune. I was careless, and the ram ran away from me right outside the village. For sure, I went after it, searching and calling, and followed the trail until it went cold, but I swear the ram was nowhere to be found. It's been days without a trace or bleat of it, and I'm starting to fear it. Really may have gotten into the forest cover. Okay, so in the forest cover, huh? Alright, Remy Sage says this ram is in the forest cover, that it is hidden and covered by spirits of the forest. He claims that it can't be found by any of us, but I wouldn't want to give up the search. If that's the case, what is there to be done about it? Did already bind the forest in order to free the ram and make it return, but it hasn't. Hunters have tried to pay attention out in the forest, but the ram has been missing for days already, and the hope grows thinner. Maybe it can be found if only I knew where to search. I was able to follow it for a few hours, walk or at least 10 miles to the southeast from here, but then the trail went cold. That was some days ago. Now the tracks have all faded, but the poor ram is likely somewhere around there in the forest cover. I will still like to help. I would still like to help. That is good. And if it all turns out by your good efforts, we'll be compensated. There we go. That's what I was hoping, that if we do this quest and find it successfully, we might get some credit. So we might end up with the sheep after all, but we're going to have to work for it. So if you can find the poor ram and bring it back to me, I will make sure that you will be rewarded up to 1/3 of its value. That's huge. With any of our goods you desire. Well, I want the sheep itself, so cut it into thirds. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, we want a whole sheep, not a ram either. Sounds fair. We'll see what we can do. If it's still alive and found by you, I'm sure it won't hesitate to follow. Just stay safe from beasts of the forest, both of you. I'll put my hope in you and await to see your return back to me with the ram. Very well, I'll do my best. There we go. So we've got a new quest. F2 opens that up, and yep, we got all the text here. Basically, we just read through if we forget something, and if we push the map, yeah, so now we've got a marker, quest location. Does it show? I don't see actual like circled search, so we're kind of on our own then, I guess. We're going to have to reread his directions and go to the place he described, because that's going to be tough, but not impossible. I have failed quests before in the Unreal world, but like I said, I'm determined because we need the credit for the sheep. But we're going to start next episode with the quest. I think that will bring today's episode to a close, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed our little adventure, although it was kind of a misadventure, wasn't it? Because we didn't find ore, but we found something better, a fun quest to do for the next episode. So I hope you'll tune in for that, guys. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to to the channel if you're new, and I will see you all on the next one. Hey everyone, I just want to give a personal thank you to my Patreon supporters. Their contributions help make my work possible, and I am tremendously grateful to them. I'd also like to extend an invitation to you to help support my work on Patreon as well. Your donations allow me to upgrade my PC and avoid the dreaded hardware despair. It also gives me more time to devote to new projects and create longer content such as live streaming. No matter what you decide, thank you for visiting my channel.